newspaper in Denmark.
Yes.
For 9 of October 2015.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about your article? You write, give it us more information about your article. What was your article?
Well, I have altogether 4 articles. The first article is the column on the second page, which is about my struggling being a Thai woman and seek asylum, and what the people look at me that what your country doesn't have problem why you seek asylum, but the image of me, like, because I have a Thai face and Thai nationality, so I have problem about people look at me. When the man look at me, they think I might be a prostitute that come with a Danish man in this country, or if they think I don't have the wedding ring on my finger, then they think I should be asked to get on the bed or become their wife, and they will provide me the passport to stay in Denmark as the permanent resident. But or if I go to like among Danish family and the wife, many times they suspect that I will steal their husbands. So this is my struggling being asylum Thai woman in Denmark. So I try to explain that because I criticize monarchy about the issue of why they don't improve the Thai women education and stop sex tourism in Thailand, then the Thai women will start to have dignity in the world. In the eyes of people, we are CEO, not as a prostitution of the world. That's my first article. And the second, third, and fourth article is very much about economics on asylum seekers, that Denmark should look at asylum seekers as the assets of the country and fix the bureaucratic rules and laws. So asylum seekers, instead of living in asylum centers and sleep and eat and wait for the case, which is between 1 year until 4 years, 5 years, they have to go and work and contribute to society and get paid as the same rate as the Danish people. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And also you said me the people here never thinks I think the Thailand woman come here for like asylum case have it, because everybody different come to here and everybody thinks you different with them. Can you more explain about this, why you come here as asylum, come to Denmark?
Yeah, let's say I become asylum in Denmark because I broke lèse majesty law. In Thailand, there is a law called lèse majesty law where we are not allowed to criticize the Thai monarchy. That cannot say anything bad, anything at all about Thai king, because Thai king has been seen as a god of Thailand. And at the same time, for me, I don't do it with my real name, but I use pseudonym and do it secretly. But because someone know that I am the owner of this account, and then they tell the police. And then the DSI came to my house and tried to search for me. And finally, because I did not, at the beginning, I wasn't home. And then I did not go to Samon myself. And later, in the end, they sent the investigative paper to my house. And with my pseudonym that I use for political purpose, and is especially criticizing the Thai monarchy, then I know that it's time to run. I have no time to wait. Yeah. And then that's why I come to Denmark, and I know that I cannot go back until Thailand will lift up the lèse majesty law. And the reason that I criticize the Thai monarchy, because for me as a Thai woman, I was born in a poor family, and I have seen all type of inequality in Thai society that come from Thai monarchy networks. And especially I'm a Thai woman working with foreigners. I have been patient with how the foreigners look at Thai women in a non-respectful way, especially with my some of my American boss, that he abused the Thai assistant in the way he should not do it. And I feel like if even the American correspondent behave to like this to us, the Thai women, what does it mean? Because the Thai king never look after our education and our dignity. That's why this kind of people can abuse us. That it bring me painful that I should ask something like on behalf of Thai women who should be your children, that you say king is like our father. Why the father doesn't give any dignity to us Thai women to have the same equality like the Western women, and we will not fight each other to how to say, to try to be on top of position by using the pussy and offer the body to the man or to the boss like this. And then it also questioned me about the prostitution in Thailand, that where the woman in Thailand has been seen as prostitution of the world. And then I realized that it's about because of poverty of the Thai farmers that forced these Thai women to join into the sex industry, where the elite people keep it to earn money in Thailand by put the farmer to have poverty in Thailand. And if you check, most of the Thai women that married to the Western man, they come from farmers background that very poor, and they come to prostitution. And that's why I have to come to seek asylum, to ask for justice back to for myself, for my case, that I will be in jail if I'm still in Thailand. And I also want to ask for the international community to give dignity back to Thai women. Yeah.
Can you more explain about another articles, because you work as a team with them? More information about them or about their articles they wrote?
I feel like in articles that each refugee have been written, it's based on their interest and the deepest in their heart of what they feel struggling in Danish society. Especially for my Afghan friend, she's my colleague in Refugee Reporters Federation, and I really like her article because it answers what's happened in her mind being a Muslim woman in Denmark and has been rejected by many people just because of her hijab and her religion. And like her article is about love. It's called Elsker Aubro, where the Danish people and asylum seekers meet and then having a very good activities together. And it really encouraged my feeling that they have been fearful with each other, because in Denmark, I know the biggest taboo in Denmark is about loneliness, and nobody want to talk about it. Just like when you talk about refugees, nobody want to talk about it. But then we, as asylum seekers and Danish people, we have this one thing similar to each other, which is loneliness and isolation. So that's why I think this article, my friend, become the most popular in the whole newspaper and the most shared in Facebook. And even I can feel that this is something Danish people has been asking themselves. Is this something we should address and ask ourselves? Why don't we fix the isolation and then bring people between two religions, two cultures together or not? And other people talk about the human trafficking and refugees that come related to the antique, selling the antique. Yeah, I haven't followed that story much yet, but I know that it's also interesting that to stop the refugees, it can be like to stop the business that come from this financial support. And also article about the woman who in Kurdistan, Iraq, where when the man left from the country and the woman have many difficulty, like the man get married to the woman in the new country. And also sometimes the woman get pregnant, the man just left them behind, and it's quite tough story when I heard about it. And some other people, like for Zach, he talks about it's not true when the government said the asylum seeker and refugees just want to come here and sleep and eat, and then they cut the social welfare just because they come to spend a good life and not to do any work. But they don't look into it, that because the language is so poor, and then they have done many rules to stop these people to come into work. And then to answer this question, we write this article on behalf of Refugee Voice to say that this is a reality in society where Danish media never talk about it. But we refugees, we asylum seekers, we are experiencing about it.
Okay. And also, you think is it possible for you and your friends for pay?
Yeah. I think this is very struggling because I myself write the article about the struggling of asylum seekers and refugees. About asylum seekers itself that should be paid. And for this article, for this newspaper, I know that they offer the payment to all of us, but only people who have CPR number and bank account. But two of us, only two people in the whole team that struggling because we don't have CPR number and we don't have the account. Bank account, and especially my friend who writes story about Elsker Aubro that bring so much more audience into this newspaper. She has a most weakness in getting payment because she is in phase 3 and according to the legal status in Denmark, she's supposed to be deported, so she has no right to work or get paid. So we are trying to find out how can we get paid according to our skills that we have been providing to Danish media and Danish society. And we don't want to blame anyone, but only for us, we think there's a will, there's a way. And if we do the good work, hard work for them, in return, I believe they want to pay us. But if the government should look into it and see that we should have the same equal rights to get paid as a good employee.
Okay. You think it's better for you work alone or as a team you're working?
For me, I found that it's much better to work as a team, because when you have someone to back you up or you back someone up, it's, how to say it? I have experienced many things because I work with Zainab, and many times that with my maybe carelessness or my, how to say it, sometimes unwise or some unprofessional stuff, and Zainab has backed me up and helped me in many ways and in many things. Also, when Zainab could not mention image what would happen, but then we work together, and I also get chance to suggest Zainab about what to do, who to write to, and how to write. And then this is something support each other so much. And especially we think this is a concept that when we are come to Denmark, we are not about only Thai, we are not about only Afghan, we are not about refugee Syria, but we are all refugee equally. And that's how we think our life become equal. And then we need to be together as a teamwork, and our voice should be heard that we are not terrorists or we are not a burden, but we come here to support.
Can you tell me, maybe you and Zainab, you said you start working together as a team. What are you doing still now together about your job starting together?
So from the beginning, we planned that we should have been doing the reporting from asylum center. And both of us always have a discussion about it's so difficult to interview people, because once we interview, then the people in asylum camp start to make problem with us, move us, or isolate us, not to talk to other people, or even try to make problem that you better look after your children and put out of other activities, which is, we feel like it's not fair. We asylum seekers should have freedom of speech in Denmark, and we try to fight against this, because there's no human rights and democracy in the camp at all. And then we try to talk to the Danish Journalist Union. Even we try to discuss with the Trampoline House team about how we can be back up about this issue. And then we start to get support from the Danish Journalist Union to found the Refugee Reporters Federation together. And then after that, we have got support from the radio project from Trampoline House together to start to bring the voice out with the Bridge Radio. And we have planned that we should do some radio YouTube, that we talk about whatever that happened around us. And also we want to do hotline, because we think hotline is so important, that we hotline radio where we have station and people call what happened to them, and then we record and then show this is what happened, and people, and it's free. I think it's like we have one Leica mobile number, and when we can record what happened, and then we talk to them, discuss with them, and then take their complaint and talk to immigration service and tell the Danish people this is what happened with them. Then it's free, and we don't have to get so many journalists to all over Denmark, but only let people call to us, and then we only specify certain time for them to call us, and then we take all their complaints. But necessary that they need to have one translator with them to speak English with us. Yeah.
And thank you. And also, can you tell me about you speaking about the democracy and human rights here, but your information or your education about maybe in your Thailand and your friends you said from Afghanistan, you have any information about the democracy, human rights, or something else here?
In here, we expect to learn about democracy and human rights, but because with our status as asylum seeker, it seems that the government doesn't want us to know about anything, to learn about anything, as us who try to find an organization like Trampoline House, or try to ask the Danish Journalist Union that we need to get training like this, because what happened to us inside the camp, we don't get any democracy feeling or human rights feeling, how we should be treated at all. Only when we shout and then talk to the immigration service, which is the boss of the Red Cross staff, then we get the feeling that we get response that this is democracy. But if we don't shout and we just bow down, let them do whatever they want, then they can treat us any way they want us. Like, we don't have nationality, we don't have mother, father, we are just a very poor people who they can do anything they want with our system to help us. So this is what I feel about being asylum seekers inside asylum centers. We should close down asylum centers because it's a place where people can be abused. I was almost sexual abused by Danish Red Cross staff who used to be asylum seeker and then become Danish citizen, and something like this happened. Nobody can pay anything to recompensate my feeling. You know, I ran away from my country. I don't expect to face the same thing with non-human rights and undemocratic atmosphere in the camp. So I think you better close down the camp and then bring us to notice the real world in democracy, and then let us go to work. Let us contribute to the society. And if the case is we have to be deported, you just deport us. That's it. But don't keep people crazy in the camp. It's not okay. Yeah.
I think another important things for the people when wants to start to working and left the camps, the education very important and must speak the Danish. What do you think about the education, or learning the Danish in different asylum center in Denmark? Can you tell?
Because I have been in 4 asylum centers in Denmark, and I can see that is the education in asylum centers cannot bring you to have any good integration. And I think integration should start in the first day, our first step into asylum center, by putting people into the workplace and then learn how to speak Danish in the workplace. That is the best way. And before people should be addressed to locate in somewhere, they should be known what kind of ability or skills they brought from their countries to be able to contribute and put in the right place, so that when it's time that they got the asylum case granted, they should be put to the right area and then they can start working immediately and contribute. But to put them in asylum center and get a bad education in asylum camp, you waste the money in the asylum centers and asylum education. Why should you do that? You better, in fact, you just let us live and eat so much better than to waste the money.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Critical.